So we have a school-wide incentive that involves the entire school. We have a ticket tumbler that is in the front lobby of our school, and we have stickers on the tumbler so that when the kids, as a school, get enough tickets and have reached each level, that there's a school-wide reward that we'll talk about a little bit later. We try to have at least 4 times a year. So we have our JET winners. Our JET winners are winners where the teacher chooses one student each week who has kind of gone above and beyond that week, just a little extra soaring behavior, and that is done weekly. We have our Soar Surprise, which the students who were JET winners, they spin a wheel and their name gets put on a hundreds chart. So we call that our Soar Surprise. So when there's a row that's filled in, whenever that happens, that's how often we do the Soar Surprise. And of course, the kids whose name was in there are the ones who participate. Our Mystery Motivator, we have twice a week. This is where twice a month, twice a month. Yeah, not twice a week, oh my gosh. Twice a month, and we pull our student tickets out, just a random draw, and they either come by them. So K1 and 2, we pick either 1 or 2 from each classroom. 3, 4, and 5, they get to bring a friend. So if their name is chosen, they get to bring a friend. And then our staff incentives, again, it's a random pick, and that is bi-monthly. So I'm not going crazy. Do you see bi-weekly in there? Okay, so that is bi-monthly too. Yes.
The teacher picks the jet winners. Is that like every classroom getting jet winner?
Yes. Yep. Yes, so this is just a kind of quick overview, okay? All right. All right, so this is just some pictures of our staff incentives. We sent out a Google form to...
This last year.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
We started it last year. Last year was our learning year, and we were always texting each other right before somebody had to go out and buy the stuff for the staff who was chosen, and what does she like, or what do you think this? So this year, we're a little better. We sent a Google form around, and we just had them put on their, their favorite snacks, their favorite drink. What else did we put in? Office supply, gift cards. So we kind of have Google Forms now on all the staff that are in the building, and it makes shopping much easier. But we have this little basket, and it's our little staff incentive basket that goes around each time we provide staff with an incentive. And you can see down there in the bottom corner is our bus driver. We just started the bus SOAR tickets this year, and he was our first bus driver winner, and he was super excited. And apparently he told all his bus driver friends, because after he won the surprise there, we started getting a whole bunch more SOAR tickets coming in from other buses. So, all right, so we're going to kind of go seasonally. So we're going to start with our fall activity board.
All right, so we have a lot of activities for the fall, and this is just going over what we've done the last couple of years. One of the ones that we have done is we've done something called an Apple Fest, and they've actually painted with apples. We've had apple cider, we've had apple volcanoes that we've made. Recently, we just had one where we did a caramel apple bar. So we had cut up apples, and they had all the different toppings. Oh, it was amazing. You should have seen these creations they made, like, oh my goodness. And then they also, drank apple juice or apple cider. We also do things for Turkey Day, and they make handmade turkeys. And then also a pumpkin launch we've had. That is, you just have to make sure you're holding the launcher very tight.
You don't get into that.
We won't get into, there could be like, you know, some hits or misses there, but just make sure you're holding it tight.
Practice first.
Yes, before you
Before
launch
the
pumpkins.
students
Well,
do
and
it.
don't buy a cheap slingshot
No.
either on, because it
No.
doesn't work. No, no,
Pumpkins can be launched backwards instead of forwards.
yeah.
So, a learning curve, but after that, it all worked out. It all worked out.
They just threw them after that.
Yes,
Stop.
we just-
Throw it at the tree.
But the second student, so obviously that happened with the first student, and the second one, it was their turn, and they're looking at us going, do we have to use the slingshot? I'm like, no, honey, you can just throw it.
They were hitting a target. I don't know
Yes.
if you can see in the upper corner. They were hitting a target on the tree. So that was the goal, that they would throw a slingshot at a mini pumpkin or an apple. So
It sounded great.
Yes, and it is it's a great one. Once we figured it out, and we just had to tighten the slingshot a little bit more. So there were no injuries. All right, that's the number one goal. We want to keep kids safe, no injuries.
Not that day.
We also had a corn fest where they actually used dried corn as a paint roller and made designs on a paper. And we always include a snack and a drink and things like that. And our mystery motivators typically last between 30 to 45 minutes. So, yeah, the 45 would be a longer one. Yeah, go for it.
All right, so if you received one of our handouts, we kind of did not have pictures located for every single thing. So I'm just going to quickly go through, and that way if you didn't get our handout right now today, you can take notes if that sounds good to you. We always do kickball and popsicles in the fall. They love it. And we do that K1 and 2 because they don't know how to play. And then we do 3, 4, and 5 because they think they know how to play. And then we teach them the rules. But we did bubbles and bubble gum. So they made the real big bubbles, and they got to chew bubble gum and blow bubbles with that. And, you know.
They have bubble tea.
Oh, that's right, they had bubble tea. We talked about the Apple Fest. One year we watched Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and had pumpkin pie and cider. We've done a fall scavenger hunt, so we've taken them outside and they had to go find things around our playground area and come back to us. And again, you know, what kid doesn't like a snack and a drink? What a grown-up doesn't like? A snack and a drink. So all of them have some theme-related snack with it. Let's see, we did a lunch with the principal, and they got McDonald's Happy Meals. Dodgeball and donuts. The older kids love that because, you know, dodgeball sometimes gets taken away from them at recess, you know. So dodgeball and donuts was good. We made ice cream in Ziploc bags. If you've not done that, it's super fun.
Do it outside.
Do it outside. Because I made the mistake of doing it in a classroom once, and
We needed a mop.
and yes, Mr. Duncan is wonderful.
He's our-
But yes, they love that, but their arms get tired, so have some help. And then after they made the ice cream, we turned it into a sundae, you know, hot fudge and sprinkles and whipped cream and all that. When we have our fall book fair, our PTO purchases an additional book for all of our Mystery Motivator winners. So they get to come down with an extra shopping time and pick out an additional book from the book fair. Yes, there's pictures of that one. We're going to talk about the spooky soiree in detail. We just had that. It's our Halloween, yesterday. It's our big Halloween celebration, so I'm going to let Dina talk about that one later. I don't know if you guys do it, but we have our firefighters come in October for fire safety. Well, the Mystery Motivator winners get to have breakfast with the firefighters. So, I mean, the little kids look up to the firemen so much anyway, so they think it's pretty cool that they get to sit and have breakfast with them. We painted pumpkins. We've decorated pumpkins in all different ways. If you like to be adventurous, you can try to melt crayons over the pumpkins. But we're from a very We're from an old building.
The half of our building was built in 1937.
Um,
I have a coat room in my room.
it took us a long time to melt crayons because they kept blowing every
Yeah.
fuse.
Yeah, we tried to do it in the cafeteria with like extension cords and things, and then we just kept blowing stuff, so there were people all over the building with a kid and pumpkins and like a hairdryer.
Yep.
Like all over the place because we were, yeah. And heat guns work better than
Yes.
hairdryers. But we
We-
didn't know that.
We didn't know that.
No.
So we just started painting them or using Sharpies.
Yes.
Okay? The turkey theme, I'm going to talk about who doesn't love slime. So we did fall slime. So we did pumpkin colored. We made fluffy slime. We've made chalkboard slime where they could take the chalk and write on it. The pumpkin launch we did. And at the pumpkin launch, we also had them find leaves and then they decorated them. So like they had a little leaf person. They had googly eyes and feathers and yes, you're right. And Veterans Day is coming, and we at our school have a celebration where we invite veterans to come in to our building so we can honor them. And the Mystery Motivator winners get to help in that hosting of the veterans. So they greet them at the door, they show them to the cafeteria where breakfast is provided. So they just get to interact in a special way with the veterans that are coming to our celebration. Anytime we can get outside when the weather's nice, we've had those really big games, like the giant checkers and the Jenga and bowling pins, and we even had the
Those
those inflatable
They
where
have
you can.
them at the middle school, so we borrowed them, the inflatables, and you get inside and you,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
that's really funny. That's a lot of fun to watch. And then we spoke about our Corn Fest. So those are just some of our fall activities that we've done and put little twists on them each year. Yes.
So we just added a QR code at the end of the presentation, so hopefully if you didn't get a hard copy, that you can just quickly take that. So, yes, do you have a question? Events? Yeah, for Mystery Motivator, the question was how many students do we have participating in Mystery Motivator time? It depends. So the team does one Mystery Motivator a month. Our PTO, since we have a PTO rep as part of the team, she actually coordinates the other one of the month. So we usually give the PTO one that they're doing half the students of our school, so it's about 12 to 13 students, because we have about 13, one from every class. But then when we do it, we double it. So we do about 26. So we can talk more about, how those specific, based on grade level is. Do you want me to talk about now?
And obviously, strategically speaking, we would look at which one of these might lend itself to a larger group
Yes.
versus a smaller group, and which is more cost efficient and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so, with our Mystery Motivators, we've noticed we need more buy-in for our 3rd, 4th, 5th graders. So that being said, if you came to our last presentation, we talked about student voice. And the way we incorporated that student voice, we heard from our students, and they would like to bring a friend. So 3rd, 4th, 5th, if their name was picked, they got to bring a friend from the class. And plus, it covers more students in the classroom to receive a Mystery Motivator. So that was a win-win. The kids, we got more buy-in, and more students were able to participate each month. Okay, Carly, do you want to go on to the winner?
Sure. All right, some of our winter activities are we've done glow-in-the-dark picture jars. We've also done coded name bracelets, which is a little bit difficult because with the younger students. So, yeah, absolutely.
Can I add something with the
Yes,
glow in dark?
please.
So we took their picture ahead of time and they did fun poses, and we laminated their picture and we put them in the glitter jar. So it was kind of just a nice little touch. I know you can't see it in the picture, but they were so excited to have their own personalized glitter jar. So that's just another idea just to individualize it. Sorry.
Nope.
I just had to add that.
That's okay. We've had a Valentine's pizza party where we had heart pizza. We've also made snow. We've made gingerbread houses out of milk cartons. And then with the icing, you put on the milk cartons, and then you add candy and, the graham crackers. And then we had hot chocolate with a candy cane inside. We made each other into a snowman. They loved that. And then they ripped each other up. We had the plates and, and they were able to decorate each other as a snowman. We've also done, our PTO provided extra time at the holiday shopping at the Santa shop, so they were able to go in and fill a bag with all of the gifts that they wanted to get as part of a mystery motivator. Another one was a snowball theme where we did hot cocoa bombs with marshmallow shooters. We've decorated Eaton Park cookies as part of one of our winter themes. We've had Legos and ice cream where they put a large collection of Legos, and we had ice cream sandwiches, and then we've also taken them out to play in the snow. So as part of one of our mystery motivators for the winter time. All right, you want to go into some spring ones?
That's me. You forgot the Hungry Hippos.
Oh my goodness, I did not mean to skip, but do we have a picture of that?
No.
That was spring.
Was it? Yes, if you just have to pull it up on Pinterest, but you use the scooters and one kid lays, and you have those really cheap baskets from the dollar store, and one holds their feet, and we let the balls go in the middle, and I'm not talking in the microphone, and they loved doing that. And it didn't, we used the balls that the gym teacher had, and then so we had 5, cheap laundry baskets from the dollar store. And they loved it. They say that's one of the best ones that they've ever done. It's on the list of we have to do every year. Okay, so is that spring? No. Okay. So some of the ones that we do in the spring are March Madness. We do a basketball themed one. The PTO usually does that one for them. Nailed It was one that we did last year. Our SOAR ambassador came up with the idea, and if you've ever watched the show on Netflix, we did a knockoff on that. I made their cupcakes ahead of time and then decorated and gave them a cupcake that they had to replicate, and we had little hats, and they loved it. They thought it was awesome, and the kids came up with that. One of our ambassadors came up with that. We do shamrock shakes from McDonald's for St. Patrick's Day. We do an Easter egg hunt. We do it for the whole school, but the kids that get chosen get to do it an extra time. We did a peep party. They did all kind of things with peeps. And we've done paint and sips. We've done a bunch of those for different seasons. You get the canvases pretty cheap, and we have an in-house, well, she's not in-house anymore, she retired, but she was an artist, and she would, one of our pairs was an artist, and she would do that for them. But they love doing that. We've done bird houses. On Fun Day, at the end of the year, we have all the blow-up things and everything. They get an extra chunk of time to go out and participate in all of those things on their own. We've made stress balls and had snow cones, ice cream sundaes. We did the Floor's Lava party. Cinco de Mayo, we do that every year. They make maracas, they make little sombreros, and we have nachos and things like that. And we did, what else we do? Painting with water guns. That was fun. Yes. Don't do that inside. And don't get the water guns that have the little tiny hole on. You need the big. My room looked like, I don't know, Picasso was in there. Well, and we tried to do too many. We were behind schedule, if you ever get behind schedule with your mystery motivators, because nobody's around to do it. We had 3 times to do it, so we had 44 kids doing spray painting with, yes, we have, yes, yes. Yes, we plan in the summertime now. Yes, yes, Oh, wait, where? Go ahead. Okay. Typically, sometimes, repeat the question. When do we do them? Some of the activities are done like during lunchtime with their lunch. So they're eating lunch and they're participating, like Cinco de Mayo, or sometimes the one we do at Christmas or Halloween. Then a lot of them are typically done at the end of the day on Friday, and we do 2 chunks. So the teachers are aware, and it's Friday afternoon anyway, so, the teachers are used to it. We've been doing it for so long. So we think that's the best time. Yeah, because it's 1 or 2 kids per class that they're out of their class. Another question? The question is, do our kids qualify for this or randomly pick? We give out tickets for the Mystery Motivators, and for each classroom, we collect them in our classroom, and then they come around and take them all, and then 1 is picked from each classroom, or 2, or 1, and they get to bring a friend. Yes? Not everyone. We can't all go, okay. Does the core team facilitate all of this? Sometimes, and we have some other teachers that'll help, or a para will help, or the principal will help, or, anybody that's available at that time. The learning support teachers.
And I'm also additional.
Yes.
So I can open my schedule up to make it. We scheduled it so I was able to be there on certain days to help with mission motivator, because I support several other teams throughout.
And also too, as I said, our PTO also helps. So when they are in charge of a Mr. Motivator, they bring other parents in. So it's not just us that have to be doing these every single, bi-weekly. So we have other people that help as well, but also, and we do invite other staff to join us. So if they're not even on the team, we'll send an email out saying, hey, if you'd like to join us for this is the theme, let us know a little bit ahead of time. So if one of us will go cover the class, and all they have to do is just participate with the activity.
That really helps with the staff buy-in as well, so they can see what the kids are coming back like, being so excited and uncontrollably excited about. So it's nice for them to see it and take part in it as well.
Now, we did our spooky soiree yesterday in the morning because it was Halloween and we had Halloween parties and everything in the afternoon, so the day was pretty much short anyway, so we did that in the morning, so that fit.
I was just going to introduce, we're talking now about holidays, okay? So we're switching we did by season. We're going to talk about a few of the big holidays, and I do see a question in the back first.
How do you pay for all of this?
That's a great question.
The question was, how do we pay for all of
Yes.
this?
So, as we said, that's why, as you can see, some of it's very elaborative. We do collect things through the years. We've been doing this a long time. I will also say our PTO takes on one of the mystery motivators. That's why we've reached out to them saying, hey, we need some help with this. And they are amazing. They truly do go over and beyond for the kids and for us. So that's helped a lot with the expenses. We've also, requisitioned the year before saying, hey, we've budgeted each one of these it depends on which one we want to do, but they're about $50 is about really what it costs us. I would say average, depending again which one we're doing. So we requisitioned the year before, and like we said, we organize most of it, a timeline. We get together over the summer, and we just schedule it all out so that we know at least the dates and the themes generally we're going to do.
Also, with the budget being so difficult.
Talk in the microphone.
I got it. I'm right here. Mic'd up. I'm mic'd up.
I can hear her.
Can everybody hear me? Okay. So. Can you hear me now? All right. So with the budget being so challenging, we recently started doing some extra fundraisers. So these do add up, and a lot of the times we're spending our own money out of pocket, just going for it to make it the best that we possibly can, because we don't want it to be cheap or chintzy, or the kids not to have the absolute best time so that it can create that positive culture. We started fundraising. One of the things that we did for the first time this year was at open house, we did candygrams. And we sold the candygrams, and we also had the option for a free gram without any cost in case that was an issue for a family. So there was a free option, an option for the candygram, but it was a pencil or a cookie in case there were allergies. So I don't think did we let them pick? We let the parent pick either pencil or cookie, so then you could get a variety. And then if you were that allergy kid, I'm an allergy kid, then you didn't feel bad because not everybody got cookies or not everybody got pencils. So,
And we sold lemonade also at open house.
yeah, both of those were great.
Yeah, they
And the
were
store
great.
ambassadors did that.
Yes, and our store ambassadors ran both of those booths, and we probably made like between $300 and $400 just for that, which was is a decent chunk. And yes, our budget, we don't have any money. Our budget has gotten cut. We used to have a little bit of money from the district, and we have very, very little this year, and we are anticipating not having any next year. That was one of the reasons a few years ago when we asked the PTO to help because of money. So we have joined with the PTO this year to do some fundraisers together because we have a smaller school, so we don't want to step on their toes with fundraising. So we are coordinating with them, so some of the fundraisers will be to help support PBIS because there's an anticipation that there will be no money next year for us to do anything with.
We're also trying to ask for donations within the community. Part of that connection with the community and PBIS is also important as well. So we're going out, getting out there and trying to ask for donations from local businesses and within our community.
Oh, who's doing this? Me? No, it's, okay, I am. Our spooky soiree, as it is called now, is something we've been doing since pretty much the beginning of doing mystery motivators. So every year, and this is something that we collect all of the decorations. Like I buy them after the holidays are over, and then we put them away. And so the following year, all I really have to do is purchase like candy or trinkets or whatever. So what they do is they come either, there's two from classroom, or they come with a friend, and they come down, and we do it in the library typically, and we have lights everywhere, and like the blue lights, and we turn the lights off so that things are glowing, and we keep the library door covered so that they can't see it, so they know that it's in there, but they can't see into it, so it like builds that excitement. And we play different games. We try and play different games every year. But we always do that, you stick your hand in the stuff and figure out like what it is, those kind of things. We did we've done bingo, we've done like the spider races, we've done all different kinds of things, and that's one of our big ones every year that the kids always look forward to. I had a kid in my class, and she was standing like this when they were calling the names over the announcements. So they love doing that. I keep doing that.
Okay, so another big one is right around Thanksgiving time. So this was our Thanksgiving Minute to Win It games. And I think I put on the handout, I put a website. That's where I got all my ideas for this from. So if you go there, that's where I got my ideas. But, we did the shake your tail feather. So the tissue box was tied around their waist, and they tried to shake all the feathers out of the box. We did the feather race. So with a turkey baster, they had to try to get the feather across the table first. We did ring the candy corn. We had, I had little turkey faces made out of plastic cups, and they tried to knock all the cups down. I made a big paper bag turkey, and it looked like, well, it didn't look great, but it looked like you had cooked it, right? And then they had to throw the balls into the turkey. They thought that was funny. We did find the stuffing, so they got to put their face in whipped cream, and so, and the Oreo, on your forehead, trying to get the Oreo in your mouth. So these were a lot of fun, and this was one of the ones that we were able to do with more kids, and we set them up as stations. So like you didn't have to have 24 tissue boxes for them to all shake at the same time. So that was some of our Thanksgiving.
Oh, this is our Grinch party, which we do every year. We've probably been doing that almost as long as the spooky soiree. Obviously everything is themed around the Grinch, and everything is green. And as years go on, we keep collecting things, finding decorations or everything. We play the game up in the top where they have to punch where the hearts are and then pick a number, and that's the prize that they get. We'll do a Grinch bingo. We have like green treats and Grinch punch and Grinch treats, like either green cookies or green cupcakes or whatever other things that we have. And then we always make the Grinch's heart grow with like the water bottle and vinegar in there, and then the balloon on top, and we draw the little red heart on the balloon and baking soda in it, and then you tip it over and the Grinch's heart grows, and they love that. Even the older ones, they love doing that. That's something that we do with them every year. But those are one of the parties that they like look forward to. They know that it's coming, and they'll start to go like, I got to get more tickets in. I got to get more tickets.
All right, so now we're going to switch. We've talked about our mystery motivators. We're going to switch to actually weekly incentives. So something that we do weekly. We give out our SOAR tickets. That is something that all staff and as you heard, our bus drivers are giving. So there's a picture of it. SOAR stands for safe, organized, accountable, and respectful. So that is something that is given daily. So we talked briefly about jet winners. So during the week, the teacher is noticing students that are soaring, that are going over and beyond soaring every day. And at the end of the week, they pick one student that they'd like to be recognized, and that is our weekly jet winner. So our SOAR ambassadors help prep for our weekly jet winners, and when we call their names, they come down and they spin a wheel. You can see it's, what's the title of it? Wheel by names, yeah. So then I just created that. It's just hundreds there, and they just spin it. It's digital. They love touching it with music. It's a lot of fun. We also, I don't know if you can see, it's really tiny, but there are little pictures of jets on our wheel. So that's something we added, last year or the year before. If a student lands on a jet, they're an automatic SOAR surprise winner on the hundreds chart. So they get to spin again to put their number up. So it's just an extra incentive. They're sitting there going like this, waiting to hopefully get on the jet, so they're an automatic winner. So then once they spin a number, they do put a little jet that has their name on it. On the hundreds chart, you can see our SOAR ambassador putting that jet up for the student. And, do you want to say something?
I just wanted to say something. The jet winner came from feedback from the teachers, because you would hear that we're always like rewarding the kids who are, we're watching and they're getting all the tickets and stuff. So the kids who always do what they're supposed to didn't seem to be fair. So the teachers had mentioned that, so we said, okay, so weekly we come up with the idea that they would pick a jet winner every week. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to go through the list, you can pick the same kid, 2 weeks in a row, whoever is doing it, so those kids get recognized in that way. And that really helped with some teacher buy-in.
So once they put their little jet on the hundreds chart, which is right outside of our office, they get a donut. And a keychain. You can see a picture of the keychain. So they have different color keychains that they can pick. And the donuts, if you were in our last presentation, we talked about the SOAR ambassadors having student voice. This actually came from our students. They were saying, it's great just putting our jet up, but we would like something, right? They always want something tangible as well. So we did donuts. I will tell a little bit of a history here that we used to get Dunkin' Donuts, okay? Because there was only 12 classrooms at a time, but because of budget cuts, We've discovered this year that we can get donuts through our cafeteria with a lot less of a price, and that has helped. And so the cafeteria is part of it. They're talking about PBIS. They are coming up with amazing, creative donuts that are even better than Dunkin', honestly. And the kids love it. They're Halloween themes. They're cheaper. It's a win-win. So it's getting more buy-in, more staff involved. Our new cafeteria coordinator is obsessed with it. She's like comes up with new recipes and stuff. She's all in about it. So that's, again, something we've had to change because of our budget. So we take a picture of them, we put them on our TV that's in our office as well so that the community can see and everybody else coming in. And then you'll see in the corner down there, there's pictures of our jet winners. So we have a bulletin board outside of our cafeteria this year that we, on the first day of school, myself and some of the staff members take individual pictures of them. And they're either posing like this or something personal that they'd like to show, and then we laminate them, and we just have them organized already by Ziploc bag by class. And when they're a jet winner, we just put them up on the bulletin board. So the store ambassadors help with all of that. That's a nice piece to have extra help as the prep. So once again, once the jet row fills up, that's our source surprise, and we do something special for those students for that line. Yeah.
So the source surprise, we try to make that a little bit bigger than just the mystery motivator, so that there's a distinction between, oh, I won the mystery motivator, or oh, I got the source surprise. So like it doesn't happen as often, right? So last year for source surprise around Christmas time, we did the gingerbread houses, and we did a paint and sip. You know, they had their what did they have, cider, I think, and we painted a dragonfly. But so we used those as our bigger activities.
All right, so school-wide incentives. So we've mentioned already our tumbler, our SOAR ticket tumbler. You can see a picture of it. The picture doesn't do justice. We added this last year, and it lights up. There's lights inside, so that's a nice little entranceway when we walk into our school that everybody that enters the building can see. So we've learned, last year was our first year, that we have a line saying prize when we fill up enough tickets. It was too big, so we only got 2 school-wide incentives last year. So this year, we've learned that we need to do a couple of lines so they're getting rewarded quicker. So that's something we've learned this year to have. I think we have 3 or 4 lines, and we've already achieved one so far this year. We fill up, we do a school-wide prize, and it is just everybody stops and celebrates. So some of the rewards that we've done a dance party, which is just 10 minutes. Everybody stops what they're doing. They do a 10-minute dance. We do over the intercom music. And then we had popcorn with it that was donated by Rural King, and because we had a parent that worked there. So that was a nice little, kind of cheap, obviously, incentive. And we invited our superintendent to join us. So he joined us for that, and he danced in the hallways. And we actually had that same celebration this year. Do you want to talk about what that looks like in the halls at all?
It's wild.
Yes, it's wild. So this year, I'm in the hallway. There's a 3rd grade, 4th, and then 5th grade. And my 4th grade is a little too big to dance in my classroom, so we all went out in the hall. Well, then when the 3rd grade saw us out in the hall, they came out in the hall. And then when 5th grade saw that there were kids in the hall, they came out in the hall. And Shadio turns the corner, and we were all just having a good old time in the hall. So
we've also done extra recess, which is free, right? And we did popsicles as well with that. Our PTO has a cotton candy machine, so they've come in and done that for the school-wide incentive too. We're looking at a new one this year. We have the Wild Things, which is a baseball, minor league baseball league there, so in Washington. So we're looking at maybe doing that at the end of the year if we fill up the whole tumbler. So, anything else with that? Any questions? Okay. Yeah. Nope. Yep. We added that QR code, like I said, so we got to exit the presentation. Oh no.
Are there any questions while we're doing that?
Oh, no, it's not letting me. Can you take this?
Yes,
So the question was, your mystery motivator, does it get picked twice a month?
yes, yes. Yeah, our tickets, they hand out and they turn them in all the classrooms. Yes. Yes, and, no, all classrooms have an envelope, and then our ambassadors go around every other Friday and collect all the tickets from all the classrooms, so we don't have to worry about that.
Oh, there's the QR code. If you didn't get a handout, there it is for you. You can. If you didn't get a handout, there's the QR code. So it's there for you. I apologize for the lack of handouts, but they're here. They're in your hand before you leave.
She's excited.
I am excited.
One, okay. Okay. The one thing was that I wanted to say was we've been doing this for a very long time, and we were racking our brains every 2 weeks trying to come up with ideas. And so we've collected all of these over the years, and we're like, this is something that I wish I would have gotten years ago if I'd have come here, and that would have been a presentation that we would be like, oh, we don't have to do all that thinking. Oh, that's really, a good idea, because we think it's really important that you take something from these days back home with you. So if it's less thinking, and it has made our lives a lot easier because we don't have to be creative. And then adding the kids' voice into it, they come up with ideas too. So that's really helped us also. Explain the SOAR ambassador real quick. Look, I repeated the question. We have SOAR ambassadors, 4th and 5th graders who interview and apply and are chosen, and they help us do new student tours. They help with the mystery motivators. That's why another reason that we're not all available, but the mystery motivators, the SOAR ambassadors will help implement all of the mystery motivators. They, what else they do? They collect the tickets, they do the jets, they put the jets up, all of those they send out the postcards that we send out to parents. They take care of all of those little housekeeping kind of things that used to take up a huge amount of our time before. So adding them, and then they can come up with ideas that they think we could implement, like the Nailed It party and the Floor's Lava.
Okay, so I'm just going to add one little piece too. At the end of the year, so something that I'm just big into data, and I'd like to see which students have gotten a JET winner, how many students have gotten the mystery motivator, just to kind of keep track. So I have like a class roster just to keep track, to make sure, why didn't this student get a JET winner? And does that correlate with office discipline referrals? So that's just a discussion we have typically at the end of the year. But I also, so with the JET winner tracker, I have a Google sheet that I keep getting teachers that forget to submit JET winners each week. So they keep asking me, did this person get it? Did this student get it? They don't know who to pick. So I created this Google sheet that just has their class roster, and I just put an X next to the students, and it helps so much with the communication between classroom teacher and trying to keep track of who they picked, who they didn't pick. So that's something I go back during the end of the week and just add that, just that communication piece to the teachers. So. All right. Is that it?
Any last
Yes, you have a question. Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's separate. We don't do like the principal's hundreds chart per se. The hundreds chart that we use is every Friday a JET winner from the classroom is chosen. Yes, because the teachers were like, there's a kid that's not getting tickets because they're always behaving. So this way, Friday they get that, and then they get to keep that with them, and then they also go down, and that's who gets to put their number on the hundreds chart. So that's separate. Yes. And then the mystery motivator is the tickets that we give out we collect them in our rooms, and then they take them down, and that's the mystery motivators. They win those every other week. It's okay, it's very overwhelming. We know
It's a lot.
we were there.
It's a lot.
We were there. We were there.
Yeah,
Like a lot of our stuff, our first place we went to visit 16 years ago was Penn Hills. So they did mystery motivators. That's how they did it, and they did tickets. So that's why we have tickets and mystery motivators. So we just copied from them.
Our emails are up there. If you feel that you have other questions or you would like pictures or something else that we can help you with, we'd be happy to do that. So there are our emails there. Reach out. Like we said, we've been there before. We're welcome to new ideas too. So building a community. Anything else? No? Thank you. Thank you.